Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to some more Ratchet and Clank. Now, when we last left off, we had reached Outpost X11, planet Aridia. Oh my goodness, and listen to the soundtrack of this place. Holy moly. Yes, this is a completely different vibe from the previous planets. This is more of like a space outpost kind of area, whereas the other ones were more kind of like, well, a jungle and like a desert outpost and things like that. So, yeah, okay, right. So, that is one thing to be a little bit aware of, is that these mud things are, they're deadly. And you can go in them once, and maybe even twice, but I think, you know, if you can't go, if you can't reach back to the sand within 2 jumps, then you are struggling, unfortunately. So we have multiple ways to go, and I think we could go this way. However, as far as I remember, there's also a way across here, unless that was just in the remake. Oh no, there is one. Alright, so this is one that I wanted to try first. So let's do it.
It's him, Skid McMarks.
That man from the infobot.
In the flesh, little dude. You guys get a load of that epic space battle I was in?
We saw ya, screaming for help.
That was like a war cry. My agent and I got ambushed on the way to hoverboard practice.
Did he survive the crash, sir?
He's okay, but I've had a little trouble getting back to my ship due to my sprained ankle.
Oh, come on.
If you can take out all the sand sharks, I just might have a spare hoverboard for you.
We'd love to help you, Mr. McMarks, but Ratchet and I need to find Captain...
One of your boards? I've always wanted a decent hoverboard. Well, alright. You just keep that foot elevated.
Oh wow, what a brilliant little cutscene there. So this was back in this was early 2000s when everyone was like skater crazy. So we need to take out the sand sharks, and I remember that a lot of games had skating in them at the time, such as Jack and Daxter and such as this one. So, you know, we do have some sand sharks or some skating elements in this game. And yeah, so we have to take out all of these things, and can I? What? How do we get that? I believe it's something to the left there, but I'm not 100% sure. Alright, let's see what we can do with the bomb glove. Oh yes, because this actually goes into the, because essentially these things swim around in the sands, and it's kind of interesting. Oh, what? I thought I killed this thing. There we go. Anyway, I actually just came back from the desert myself. I was in Morocco for a few days, and I've never been to a desert before, so I think it is, you know, it kind of did remind me of, you know, Ratchet and Clank, and there is a level in Ratchet and Clank 2, which is which it does really remind me of, but, you know, I just thought that was a really cool thing to mention. Oh yeah, and I do believe that we could use the bomb glove right there. Does that work? Oh yes! The memory of still playing this game as a kid is definitely helps, let's put it that way. Although I am still missing a few more gold bolts on previous planets, so I'm thinking around halfway through, or maybe once I've got more gadgets, I'm going to do one episode exclusively on the remaining gold bolts. But in order to get to that point, we need to get a few more gadgets, because as you see in the gadgets selection, we only have one of these things. But you know, so that's why in some of the paths we get infobots, and in others we get, I don't know, random gadgets or maybe even something else, you know. So that is oh my goodness, right. Holy moly. They are really... I realised we can't actually pause the weapon screen. Okay, right. These things are not to be underestimated, because although they don't hit us that much, we only have 4 lives at the moment. and that can be upgraded to 5 and even 8 potentially. However, I don't know when, or that will actually be for quite a while, and I think it costs us around 40,000 bolts. So we have 32 sand sharks left, and we can see Skid McMarks over there. He's actually one of the recurring characters in Ratchet and Clank 3 as well. So I feel like Ratchet and Clank 3 really did take a lot from the first game, in a creative sense, if that makes sense. So, you know, that's something that I really like, because I think creatively these games were completely unmatched. I don't think anything could beat these, really. And I've also just noticed that there's something in the bottom right. Whoa! Okay, right. There are 3 of these sand shark generators, shall we say, and now we only have 2 left, and then 19 sharks themselves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. So we can do one jump, then we can do. Okay, woof. Right, I almost almost compromised it myself there. I should have done that in a bit of a safer place, shall we say. Right, there we go. Sand sharks eliminated.
Here, man. Catch.
A brand new Z3000. You can't even buy these.
Well, I got a bail. Catch you dudes at the hoverboard races.
Oh yeah.
Just acquired a Gadgetron Z3000 hoverboard. Use your new hoverboard at the racetrack in Blackwater City on Planet Rilgar.
Amazing. So we technically didn't even need to do this path for a very, very long time, and you can actually go, you know, forward and back. So that's what I really like about this game, because Blackwater City is in many levels time, I think. As far as I know, we've got at least so the next planet that we plan to go to is probably something, it's like a space station. Oh, what? Ah, man. So, and then I can't remember. Oh, there's also a logging site, and I know this because I listen to the I do actually listen to the soundtrack quite a lot in this game, and my favourite soundtrack is, honestly, it's got to be Poketaru. That is my absolute favourite. So yes, if you guys don't listen to the soundtrack or would like to listen to it, it's definitely available on YouTube, and ones that I recommend are Poketaru and what else? There was another one that's really good. I think it is the logging site, Eudora or something like that. Whoa, okay, right. The only thing with this game is that changing weapons is a little bit challenging, so we have to get out of harm's way first before we want to change weapons, which is usually not too bad, but that will become more of a challenge as we get more into the game. And these guys are pretty easy. I say as I almost get hit. Right, there we go. Nice. So I think as long as we're on 2 health, we're doing fine. But once we get more than that, then we do get to struggle. And we're only on 3,000 bolts, as there are weapons in this game that I think are really powerful, and there are other ones that I think are a complete waste of money. So I don't know if I'm going to buy every weapon in this game at the start, as I think what I want to do is, until we get this gadget that is, oh, I can't remember what it's called, but I think it's like a transforming device in which you can become a robot. That helps you unlock the infinite bolt glitch. Then we may likely use that, let's put it that way, as if we want to get the Rhino and just show you guys, if I want to show you guys all the things in this game, that's the best way to do it, I think. So also, to come here we need the swing shot, so as you can see the different levels do connect really well. Can I do this? Okay, he can still hit me, but luckily we've got quite a lot of nanotech, which is always a positive. And there is something down there, but we don't want to go. Hold on a minute, there's multiple directions here, so there's 4 paths, or 3 that we can take, because we can go left there, and we can also go right. So yeah, Right, well let's... As you can see, the soundtrack actually changes as we go between the levels. But because we started this route, let's continue to take this route. And then let's go there next time. And apologies if I'm slightly tired, or if my voice sounds slightly tired. I took one of the very early flights on my holiday, so I had to get up, you know, at around 3 AM, and I slept at oh, whoops! Let's not do that. I slept at around 1, so 2 hours of sleep is not something I recommend. But I think it's sometimes, you know, to go on holiday and get a decent price. It is, you know, if you can survive on maybe not a good amount of sleep, it's definitely worth trying to do at least once in your life. You know, having an experience of a very, very early flight. Oh wow! And yeah, going to a desert was something, you know, because I've never really done that before, so it was a really, really good experience. And if you guys have got the opportunity to do that, I definitely recommend it. You know, it's I guess video game developers in general kind of have to travel to be. Oh, he just damaged himself. Is he crazy? Is he going to do it again? Okay, maybe not again, but yeah, I do believe that video game developers have to travel quite a lot in order to be inspired by their games. I know that they especially did that for Uncharted, and I'm assuming that they did the same in Serious Sam as well. I am not up to date with the most recent games, but I do believe that, you know, if you're going to replicate an area as Uncharted did with Naughty Dog did with Uncharted, then you most definitely should, you know, try and visit the areas and try and get a real feel for the level. And you know, that's how I guess Uncharted really managed to design a lot of these levels, such as oh, let's think. They had a Madagascar level, which I thought was absolutely brilliant in the 4th game, and then they also had quite a few levels in the. Well, to be honest, any level in the 4th game I thought was amazing, and that's potentially something I might play on this channel. And fun fact, well, when we're on the topic of Naughty Dog, is that so at the time this came out, there was of course Jak and Daxter, which was made by Naughty Dog as well, and because of that, that is actually on the same game engine, I believe, as this game. And we could destroy those boxes there. However, I think there's actually a little secret up here, and I think we can access it still if we're over there, but why not just do it this way? So yeah, in Ratchet and Clank 2 there's a poster of Jak and Daxter, and I think in Jak and Daxter there's also a poster of Ratchet and Clank, which is very, very cool, and it's kind of like a nod to the other developers, if that makes sense. So, there is a secret over there, but I'm not entirely sure how to get it. I'm going to keep those boxes around just in case we need to access that area over there. But I know for a certain fact that there is a way to access that island.
No signal whatsoever. This downtime is killing me.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
Don't be so literal, son. The problem is I'm stranded on this backwater planet and my star client is nowhere to be found.
Hey, we saw you on that info bot. You're Skid's agent.
Was Skid's agent. Haven't seen him since our ship crashed. And an agent without a client is like a flea without a dog. Say, you look like an athletic kid. If you can bring back the championship prize from the hoverboard races in Blackwater City, I'll make you my next star.
We have no time for trivial matters, sir.
I could be the next Skid McMarks.
Oh, so we have to go to Blackwater City and win the hoverboard race. And I honestly can't remember what we get here. I think it could be the like a headset to essentially get the synthenoid creature, which is very, very cool. And oh wait, no, that's not Gold Bolt, but there is something up there as well. So we have much to do on this planet, much to do, but we can't get there just yet. So, can we head over there? I don't think we're quite able to make it there. So let's head back, and I wonder if there's another way to get over there. Because there's some sort of digging equipment. There it is, look! The gold bolt! Oh wow. Right, so potentially the only way I think that we could do it... Oh, no, hold on. This could be cheating. Well, I don't think it's cheating. Okay, it knows. It knows it's trying to trick me and kick me off. Can we jump on there? Okay, we can't jump on there. Oh, alright. You know what, let's go for the gold bolt afterwards, as we've still got one more path to do. So let's head here, and I've missed some bolts. Oh, well, at least we managed to collect them now. But yeah, money is kind of a finite resource in this game, as although we have enough to progress the story, so sometimes there's a balance between what weapons you can actually afford, if that makes sense. And I think that's because...
The area ahead of you contains standard Gadgetron Versa Target.
Yes, thank you. So we can use our swing shot here. And I really like these platforming levels, or platforming parts of the game. But yeah, I think that's the reason we have to pay for everything is because this game's kind of... The theme is kind of around, like, consumerism, if that makes sense. There's a lot of videos on YouTube kind of explaining it a lot more than me. But I wonder what this is. Yeah, essentially that is the... kind of the theme, is that this galaxy is completely obsessed with like money and stuff like that, which I think is really interesting for a game to kind of touch on, as you know, I guess a lot of our lives are kind of, or you know, when you turn on the TV, there's adverts and things like that. So I think that's a really good subject to touch on. It's like, do we need all of these objects? And I don't know, but it's you know, I love how they did that with this game, and they put it in a platformer as well.
Your camera controls. Just select camera from the options menu.
Thank you, yes. I know that we can reverse our camera controls, but I kind of am liking, you know, playing on inversed controls or reversed controls, just for the added nostalgia feel, because I usually play on non-reversed controls. But let's use the blaster here. Oh yeah. That's just a pretty cool, fun way of doing things. Now, I know that there's a, there's got to be a screenshot, get out of there, whoa! There's got to be some sort of skill point around here, I believe, for not touching the ground in this entire segment. Whoa, okay, that was too close for comfort. I believe it's this section here. And they actually removed it in the second or remake of this game. So if we fall down there, we're pretty much dead. But let's see what we can do here. Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Oh yes! Nice. We finally did it. Amazing. So that is we kind of have to do all these things, and I actually love this. You know, I believe they kind of, you know, they played down the swing shot in the oh no! No! Oh, I'm such a fool. Oh, it's put me all the way back here. Oh my goodness. Alright, I'll see you guys in a minute. No! Oh no, I've died. Again. Okay, so I've made it mostly back, and my washing machine is now beeping at me. Anyway, I have a funny story about, I actually died a second time, which I'm probably going to include as well, because this thing is a little bit stiff, as in you need to hold the controller for a little bit longer than I first thought. Ooh, what do we have here?
Yes!
We've got a gadget. I love that little icon. We've got the trespasser. Amazing. And I actually don't think that this is that useful of an item to have on our quick select. However, we don't have enough spaces at the moment. So, you know, that's something that I want to keep for now, but it's not something that I want to keep permanently on the quick select. Anyway, I have a funny story about a swing shot. So, when I first played Ratchet and Clank 2, there was a level called Dobie, I believe it's called. And it was the one that was kind of like yellow platforms, and there were sharks that could eat you in the water. If you guys have played the second game, then you know about it, I'm sure. There's also the mathematician. Oh yes. And he, anyway, I really struggled on that level. And at the last jump, I jumped to do the swing shot, and I forgot to actually select it, which is, in this game, is actually quite similar. So, if you jump and, you know, if you don't have the swing shot selected, you can't attach yourself to that item, if that makes sense. So I died, and I was really frustrated. Anyway, if you know what I mean, then let me know in the comments.
On each ring of the Invinso lock. Aim the lasers at the
Invinso lock.
outside ring to turn them green. All receptors must be green before the Invinso lock will open.
Okay, I feel as though for this we've got to use the arrow keys on the keypad. So this one is really not too bad. However, these can get super duper challenging.
Push up and down to select which ring is active. Push left and right to rotate the ring.
Yes, thank you very much. Amazing. So we've now unlocked the trespasser, so we can trespass into different areas, and that I don't find too bad, as it's actually quite an interesting puzzle. And yeah, we made it back. Amazing. So I guess that was kind of like a small detour, but I realized we didn't get an info bot for this area, did we? So have I missed something? Well, I must have missed something. Is there any? If I do this, it doesn't actually have our missions. So there's a star. What does a star mean? Talk to agent after winning the race. And there's a star here. Is that where the agent is? Oh, is that our ship? I wish it had a key of some sort. But it looks as though we've done everything, so I must have missed something. What? I think I've actually missed something somewhere. Because we didn't get an info bot. We did accomplish some things, but I'm not entirely sure what we can do next, if there is anything. Ah. So this is definitely a planet that we need to come back to in the future, after winning the race at Blackwater City. Yeah, so we've... okay, that's the only thing that we've got to do left, is bring the prize to the agent. And there's 4 gold bolts! Holy moly! Right. Anyway, I believe that's everything we can do for now, so let's head to Eudora, the logging site. One of my favourite soundtracks.
Yes, quite lovely. That should just about do it. Commander, we are finished with this world. Commence towing our planet to its next destination. Lieutenant!
Yes, sir.
You have fulfilled your tree quota. Barely.
We are ready to return to base.
Not so fast, Lieutenant. Just because we don't need any more trees doesn't mean they should have them. Destroy everything.
Oh. Oh my goodness. Here we go, planet Eudora. And Chairman Drek was destroying everything. And I absolutely love this soundtrack, honestly. I think this is one of the most catchy. And they removed this level in the remake. Are you crazy? What happened there? I'm hating on the remake, but I actually really like it. I'm just making fun of, or not making fun of, but like just talking a little bit about the differences. But I do actually think that is a really well-designed game. And, you know, that's something that I need to clarify. Okay, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, next time we shall take on the logging site of planet Eudora. And if you are interested to see the next part, then please do leave a like and subscribe. And I shall see you all next time.